guys, welcome back to another video.
Hey.
And we are Anna Inspiration, and today we will be doing our very first episode of Speaking Spiritual. So, Speaking Spiritual episode is what we call it.
Yeah, I've been saying videos. But anyways,
it's a video, but
this Speaking Spiritual, we came up with the name because we're spiritual people and we're really into God and just having a relationship with Him, a consistent relationship with Him. So he was like, hey, let's do videos about this and let's encourage people about
what we know
and just uplifting people,
to give you hope,
basically.
to just it's a lot going on in the world.
Make you feel good, make you feel confident,
yeah,
and things of that nature. So
yeah. So we read out of, I don't know if you guys can, out of this Daily Bread book every day. Just every morning we get up, we read any time of day, whenever she sees fit for her time to read it, whenever I see fit for my time to read it. And these books are free, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, it says no cost or obligation, sent directly to you. So you can get it. Can you get it? It was on here the other day.
There's a website in the front. If you go to...
No, not that. It was the it was just like the price, or like you can get it free or something like that. It says no cost or obligation.
I think you have to sign in on this website. It's
sign up.
Yes, sign up, yes. OurDailyBread.org.
We'll put the description and the link below. So yeah. And here's like a little form that you can fill out to put like your first name, address, last name, all that stuff to get these books sent to you. We get them distributed from our church. They give it to us every 3 months. A new one comes out, stuff like that. So, yep.
We read these books every day, and it's just something that keeps us going, like keeps us motivated and helps us build a relationship better with God.
Yeah.
And also just, we encourage people about it too, like our friends and things like that.
Yep.
And it's really helpful. So I would suggest that you guys get one.
Not being able to go to church, like actually physically go to church. We have church live and Bible study live, but not being able to go, this really helps us focus on our independent relationship with God and just building from there. I would say my relationship has gotten stronger with God from being able to just read and pray every day, and just inspire other people from this too. So,
and if you're a believer in God and you want to get better and you're like struggling and you don't really know how to, like, man, how do I better my faith? This is another way that you can read the passage, which we'll go into more today. We chose one that we liked the best,
that really stood out to us for like our first time talking to you guys about it. This was the message that really stood out to us.
So before she reads it, just saying, if you like what I was saying, if you are struggling in your faith or anything like that, you can use these books as a guide because it's really helpful.
Yeah. So, as a guide to help you build a better relationship with God, or help you just
journal your thoughts.
Yeah,
because I'm a journaler.
She's a journaler.
I love writing, or just going outside and journaling and getting away from everything.
Just finding some peace. I think that these scriptures, even sometimes they can be a little confusing to understand.
Right.
And we look up things and search things like, oh, in the Bible this happened, just to get a little more information about it to help you understand like what's going on in this scripture. So today, we chose a scripture from August 19th. I have like a
while ago.
It's still hard to see. It has like markups and stuff on it. But we chose a scripture from August 19th, and the topic is only trust. And the scripture is from 1 Kings 17 and 15. And it reads, so there was food every day for Elijah and for the woman and her family. And that's the scripture. So, yeah, so we're just going to read the little background of like the scripture and what it means. Each story, each lesson gives you a background, or passage, gives you a background of the storyline of kind of what it means in the Bible a little bit. So this helps us like get a better understanding of it.
And also how you can apply it to your life.
Right.
If you choose to.
Right. So it says, 1 Kings 17, 18 through 16 reminds us that God help can come through unexpected sources. Concerns for our needs to be met can send us searching in many directions. A clear vision of God as a provider who has promised to supply our needs can be liberating. Before we seek solutions, may we be careful to seek Him first. Doing so can save us time, energy, and frustration. So after that, after like the passage, it goes into these questions. So for us, we're going to just we're going to answer the questions and what we get from it.
And what they look like in our lives.
Yeah.
So,
you want to read the first one?
It doesn't matter. I'll read the second one.
Okay. What's been your experience when you focused on securing other necessities instead of seeking the provider in prayer? So as you want to touch on it?
I'll go. So basically when I focus on other things, or I focus on my either material needs or things like that, I get caught up in like, oh, how I'm going to get them, like how am I going to figure this out, when I just need to be focused on God's going to make a way for me. Like, he's going to provide for me. He is going to give me everything that I need. So I don't have to go looking and searching for, man, how I'm going to get this and how I'm going to get that, because I know that he's going to give it to me. So that's what I tend to do when I just feel like, man, I'm lacking resources. I don't have everything that I need, but I need it. So how can I get it? And I just then go into like, okay, God, I'm just going to give it to you, and I'm just going to let you have it. Because obviously you showing me like, hey, I got you. Just believe in me, trust in me, you know.
It's like you're worrying about the small things, or even about something that's big that is coming up down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about tomorrow. You know, just worry about the focus on today. What can you do today to just get through the day?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to think about it like, oh man, I gotta do this next week, or this bill, I don't have the money for this bill now. But you just never know what might fall in your bank account, you know what I'm saying, to help you with that bill.
What person you might run into that God may have sent is like, that's like,
I just want to bless you.
Yeah, I just want to bless you. I just want to give you something. Like,
me?
That was nothing but God. Okay, like, I'm just saying, if someone comes up to you and says that, like, and you're like, man, I was just sitting here struggling, like, how I'm going to pay this bill, and God just did that for me. You know what I'm saying?
And he'll use people around you, whether that's close people, whether that's somebody that you've never met in your life before at the grocery store. And they just say something like, wow, in the line. And they just say something like, wow, like, you really just made me feel better. You really just touched me. My day was just going so crazy. And that has happened for us. Like, people will just bless us, like, whether that's our church family, or whether that's just somebody random from just speaking to somebody that we don't even know. And they'll just say, like, just the simplest things. You don't have to say too much, or even we'll hold a big conversation, and they'll just say something, and we'll get something from it, even though we don't know them like that. So God can just be that light for you.
The smallest things.
Yeah.
You just put the smallest things in your life that can just be a light.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So the second question is...
Oh, you didn't say what it means to you. Similar to mine?
Yeah, it's similar to yours.
Okay.
Just trust in God and stop worrying about the material stuff, and focus on seeking Him first before you try to call everybody. You can call everybody like, I need this, I need that. Just talk to God and He'll send somebody, you know.
And I just feel like we get so distracted and so caught up in material things and like things of this world, when God has always been the number one provider. He's always been there. So I just feel like if we focus more on Him and seeking Him first and making Him our priority, then we can more things can come to us naturally, you know.
Yeah, and this is our experiences. This is what God has done in our life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We don't know the things that you're going through, but we know that we can pray for you. You know, we know that things are going to be okay, whether you believe in it now or down the line. You know, so this is just our testimonies and what we get from these messages.
And one more thing before you go into the second question, we also know that this is the purpose of these episodes to better you, not saying that in a bad way, but just to motivate you, to inspire you,
encourage you,
and you to learn more about us. So
okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I can read it.
Okay.
What current needs will you bring before God? I guess that kind of ties in the first one. Just bringing forth your issues and your problems, or things you might need. Like, some people need clothes, some people need a bill paid again, some people need food. Just bring those needs to God. Like, God, I need this. You know, not wants,
but
needs. Like,
there's
something that you need to. It needs to be done. You need to eat, you know, so stuff like that, something that really you need, not stuff, oh God, I want a new car. I mean, if you got a car that's taking you A to B, not right now. Don't be in a rush.
Be grateful for that one.
Be grateful for that one, and just be patient till you are able to get a new one, kind of thing. So I think that question, what current needs will bring you to God before God, I think it kind of ties to the first one,
definitely. And also if you're trying to better your relationship with God, just kind of connecting to the question, pray when things aren't good, and thank Him for what's happening now, even though they may not look good right now, and you're like, oh God, I'm struggling, like, oh God, I need your help. Like, don't just pray for Him, don't just pray to Him when you need specific things. Pray to Him every day and just thank Him even for the bad, because that's how you'll get to more of your blessings.
Even for the small things, like thank you God for waking me up. Thank you God. This is what we do. I thank God every morning for waking me up, for getting me up, because I couldn't have been granted this day, but you still gave it to me. So that's something to just be thankful for. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not deserving of it, or I'm not worthy of it.
Some people,
but you still
give it to me. Like some people in the world thought they would live to see today, and they haven't. With all the things that's going on in the world, it was God's timing. So,
and I think that goes back into why we are creating these videos, because so much is happening in the world today, and I feel like God called us to kind of encourage people, to inspire people. So that's why we're doing these videos too, because it's like, man, He's saying, like, I need y'all to, reach out to people. I need y'all to do what y'all know how to do best,
So that's our purpose for these episodes, for this very first episode. I don't know if I said the topic, but the topic is only trust. So we've been hitting on some points of how to trust God, and in the midst of things going on, even, for example, with this virus and everything, it's killing and harming a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and that's really sad. That is. But also in a positive light, for some people, they're finding themselves being at home,
and changing, and growing.
It's making them a better person than you would never expect. There's some people, of course I won't say any names, but there's some people in my life, and just some people on the outside of me that I know that are really changing and being closer with God, and just, you would never think that a person could come out of the things they used to do. I mean, of course you would hope for them, like, I hope that they change, I hope, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff, but just to actually see them be in a different place in their life, that's God, that's
definitely.
He's turning around a person.
If that person is like, that person to be the same, like, this person's not going to change. Like, I've known this person to just do the same thing, be around the same people.
I know y'all know some people in y'all life. That
one person, like, man, you're not going to change.
They're the same. Yeah, they're going to be the same. But
it's like, God does that. He shows you so much. And during this time of isolation, that's why it's so important, if you're a believer in God, to really focus on who He is and what He can do, and just building a relationship with Him, period.
Yes.
So
that's important. And just even aside from that, just loving yourself, like some key pointers that's really been a big thing for me is loving yourself more, spending time with yourself, go out to eat with yourself, taking
care of your body is important, and that's a part of loving yourself.
Eating better, stuff like that. That's all a part of it. Helps your mind, like working out helps my mental health, it helps you to just, you're energetic, it motivates you, you know what I'm saying, that helps your mind, that stuff helps your mind,
doing bettering yourself for you.
I think that's a big thing, is just finding something that soothes your mind. For some people, being in a house, staying home, it's driving them crazy, because they're not used to that, and that they don't know, but I feel like for me, it's really being able to stay in a house has really, like, helped me tune into myself.
It's showing you who you are as a person,
and the things you have to work on as a person as well.
Yes, definitely. So, I just found a peace of mind by just being outside and, like, connecting with God, talking to God, like, just getting away from, even if you just need to find something outside the house to do, find something that you enjoy doing yourself, that's not inside the house, but just this specific time is just really important to really get in tune with you and really find out who you are as a person.
Or even with your family, just doing different things, spending time with them. There's, you know your family, but there's always more to do with them. There's always more
To learn.
to get to learn about them. They may be growing, you might not see them growing, you know, because you're not paying attention to that.
Right.
Not saying you have to, but I'm saying like that's how stuff is. When you're just sitting at home, or when they're doing different stuff, they're growing too. You may not see that. And that's important to have those kind of conversations. So family conversations, to really talk about things and to really just, you know, just connect with each other more, and even connect with your friends, connect with your family, you know. Also being safe, of course, with everything going on.
Be safe.
Yes.
Safe.
Big gatherings,
Yes.
avoid them big gatherings. But yeah, so, but if there's anything that you guys want to talk about aside from our episodes, because we will be doing these once a week,
or any questions that you have about our episodes, or even questions for us, that some of the personal things that we mentioned, if you want to put a question in the comments and let us know, you can too.
Or if you want us to touch base on some topics, whether that's self-love or how we build our sistership, or
That's a good
I don't know, mental health, or just anything you guys want to talk about, we're up for talking about it. And I think this is the end of our
first Speaking Spiritual episode.
So
we're looking forward to making more and inspiring you guys more. Don't cut me off.
I'm sorry.
And inspiring you guys more and encouraging you guys more. So yeah.
I was about to say something. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
It's okay. She said don't cut her off, and then I what was I about to say? Yeah, I don't know, but thanks for tuning in, guys. And
thanks for all the support. We appreciate it.
And join us next week on episode 2 to see what's to come.
Yep.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.